Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling review series for the 2nd of February, 1992. We will be going back in time within about 10 episodes or so to earlier than 1990, but not going to be able to do that quite yet. In any event, this starts with a press conference of a nature of who's going to challenge at WrestleMania 8. Um, Jack Tunney is there. He's making announcements, or I'm sorry, Gene Okerlund is there making announcements. And there is talk that Hulk Hogan is announced as the guy who is going to challenge for the World Championship at WrestleMania 8. That seems to be hyped for a couple of weeks before it's changed to Savage, and then Sid Justice and Hogan go at it. Sid is livid post the appointment, as he is very clear that he believes that he should have been the one given the opportunity. He is the master and ruler of the world. He has yet to turn on Hulk Hogan. That happens probably in about a week or two here. Anyway, Beverly Brothers against Enhancement Talent's Genius alongside the Beverlys, as is to be expected during this span of time. Genius is here. He is uh, watching as the Beverlys pretty well beat down, punch, kick, and otherwise annihilate, including but not limited to a power slam and the greetings from Shaker Heights on the enhancement talent 1, 2, 3, and over we go. Then we move to the Big Boss Man versus an enhancement talent. Boss Man hits a punch, a big boot, a spine buster, and a sidewalk slam. He handcuffs the enhancement talent to the bottom rope and then goes at it. Uh, and then, I mean, we're still talking about the IRS feud pretty much. Boss Man gets lost in 92 a little bit. Doesn't do as much until the summer, into the fall with the Dallas feud. But, he's still looking for something to do here. We move to the um, local area promos. In this case, LOD and the Natural Disasters are going to, or the Natural Disasters and Duggan and Slaughter are going to do battle at the local Boston card on the 29th. Duggan says he's going to fight for his country. Sarge says he's right there beside him. And that the big men are not intimidating. We have the debut of Tatanka after several weeks of vignettes. The debut of Tatanka is a pretty big deal as he runs and goes undefeated for several, actually over a year, maybe close to 2 years by the time he gets defeated. Anyway, his first opponent is Pat Tanaka of the Orient Express. Interesting that they would give him somebody of value to beat. Um, he hits several chops and a Samoan drop and gets a victory. Does Tatanka. This is where officially, or soon right thereafter, IRS, his finish ends up changing to the clothesline that he'd been using prior, kind of a, I don't even know what to call it. I guess a leaping clothesline. Speaking of IRS, he is up next after WrestleMania 8 commercial. IRS manages to mock Jameson at ringside a little bit. Jameson continues to be shown. They don't really talk much about his involvement with the Royal Rumble, and it's there, but it's kind of just an afterthought. IRS gets chanted at Irwin. Irwin punch, kick, abdominal stretch using the illegal version of it. Big flying clothesline and a victory. Ric Flair and The Undertaker still scheduled to face Hogan and Piper. They do event center promos. Flair puts The Undertaker over pretty strong. Piper still goes on with the eye scare Flair thing, and Hogan is basically making sound like he's at least possibly going to wrestle Flair at WrestleMania 8. Enhancement talent for Tito Santana, leapfrog and a drop kick, among other things. Of course, Santana, former multi-time tag team and one-time Intercontinental Champion. Not under the El Matador gimmick, but it doesn't really matter. Clothesline and a backdrop by Santana. We then see a running knee lift by Santana and ultimately a forearm to the back of the neck. Sensational Sherry is out. She says she's in love with the most beautiful man in the world. Ted DiBiase allows her to be let out of her managerial contract, it appears. It's not verbally said that way, but that's the implication. She admits to being in love with Shawn Michaels. Michaels not yet called the Heartbreak Kid, but they're going in that direction and build there over the next several months. Animal and Hawk of the Legion of Doom are out next as tag team champions. Animal manages to use some power. Hawk comes in via the top rope and manages to go to town pretty well. Then we see the Irish Whip and the clothesline in the corner. Animal manages to hit that. We then see the Doomsday Device and 1, 2, 3 victory for the tag team champions. Undertaker in and around next. Undertaker with some punches, kicks, a choke style maneuver, and ultimately a victory via Tombstone Piledriver 1, 2, 3. And obviously we're going to the Repo Man and Big Boss Man at the Boston Garden again. We're talking about the 29th of February. Basically, Repo Man implies he's going to repossess the weaponry of the Big Boss Man, and we leave that there. That is the close of this particular event for today. We will be back with more right after that.